Hello there. Welcome to the Amigos True Crime Stand-Up Comedy Standard Hour. I am Tom.
Yeah.
I'm Travis.
I'm your Cody for the evening.
Guess who's sick?
No, what's his shirt?
Yeah, that's the one who's sick right now, Mike. I'm 2 inches from throwing him off the show completely. I don't want him here anymore.
Wait, so he went to Philadelphia, he did a kickflip, he got a bug, got a virus. What the hell's wrong with this guy?
You know, he came back from one episode like, tail between legs. Sure, I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
Yeah, sorry, cuz.
And then just, oh, I'm sick this week? Yeah, right. He's at home eating Orville Redenbacher, watching, like, The Sopranos. I know him.
No, let's be real.
man.
He's not eating popcorn. He's having Hot Pockets because that man reintroduced me to the genius of Hot Pocket.
He only likes the ham and cheese ones, though. Those are B tier, man.
When he was a baby boy, he was a real fat kid. He had the body of Bobby Hill and the hair of Ellen DeGeneres.
That's no good.
See, I had the hair of Bobby Hill and the body of Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
All right, so how's your week, dogs?
Oh man.
I'll
I'll go first.
Please.
Let me go first. I got dirtiness that I'll blame on one of you guys. Mini family reunion is like, let's go hang out with uncle, cousin, my mom, get some breakfast. Sounds good. There, my cousin, he's fucking 11, good kid, bright kid, but he's a little too fucking addicted to, the electronics, this and that. He likes Switch and iPhones.
Oh, they caught him vaping? Caught him smoking one of those electronic cancers?
No, he's not doing the douche flute thing.
The pineapple-flavored Jewel.
Oh, yeah, that and the seaweed one is a real hot seller here.
I could see that.
But
Spam.
yeah, so it's been 12 seconds since he got his little sticky hands on a phone. So he asks me for my phone, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I got nothing going on my phone. It's totally kid safe. And I give it to him, and then he's like, hey, Uncle Cody, can I use your Instagram to add me so I can get one more follower? And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I don't follow no filth on Instagram. Go do it. And he takes it.
Come on, Cody. You definitely follow
Nope.
Filth on Instagram.
Well, I don't,
right.
because I'm not an Instagram guy. You're the Instagram guy, Travis.
Cody, I've known you for a while. You follow your filth in other places.
Yeah, it's not on Instagram though, right, Tom?
Yeah, agreed.
All right.
So I'm like, he's like, you just want the Instagram app? I'm like, yo, dude, let it rip. I follow like 4 people there, and they're all good people, and I'll be happy to like give my fucking cousin, one extra follower. So he fucking launches it, and it turns out it was signed into the Roast Mortem account. And the first thing he sees is some fucking fishnet girl taint on the top of the feed. Whoever you are out there, thank you for scarring my cousin, and I couldn't convince him that I didn't know you personally. Like, Cody, who's your friend with the big ass? And I'm just like, I don't know that person, dude.
Well, I'm going to say thank you because that boy knows what a fishnet is.
There you go.
Not the one you catch fish in.
And he kept asking for my phone the entire time. And I'm just like, he's like, let me play this tap and shoot game. And I'm like, dude, I know you're not gonna try and play that tap and shoot game.
Yeah, you're going to the Roast Mortem feed to see all kinds of titties there.
I just hate that he didn't have to scroll at all. It was just like right there, and he thinks everything on that feed is that now.
Awesome.
But whoever
Sweet.
you are,
It should be that.
nice ass. Yeah. Nice ass, whoever you are.
What about you, Tom?
Oh, let's see. I took a shit for the first time in a while where I didn't have my phone with me.
Hey,
Ooh, that's weird.
I felt alone. I felt what our ancestors felt.
you just got to do the 1997 thing and grab that Herbal Essence bottle and read it.
That's
What,
the thing.
Travis?
It's like I never read when I took a poop, and ignorance is bliss. Like, never pick up anything you can read when you poop, because once you do it, you have to read something.
All right, so here. I know why you never read anything while you pooped. Because when you poop, it's an Olympic event.
It is.
Because I know every turkey club you've ever gotten, you didn't take
Yeah.
the toothpick out of. I know how you like to explore the flavors of different rocks in people's driveways. I know that you have a lot to deal with sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's hard being me.
What was the other thing I did? Oh yeah, me, Gabby, and Big Will went over to Hobbs Fest this week.
Oh yeah, you were saying a little bit about that. Give me more.
Terrence Hobbs, he's the guitar player of the legendary death metal band Suffocation, and he lives out on Long Island, and it's kind of like a word-of-mouth event. It's not advertised, but he's
Nice.
been doing it for a few years. This is the first year we went, and he brings a bunch of awesome death metal bands to play in his backyard, which is pretty big because it's out east somewhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
The weirdest thing for me, because it felt like a high school party, but with so much hair, and everyone knew
Oh,
the
yeah.
music that you were talking about. Like, you know, I would go to a high school party, and it's like, I don't listen to the same music as any of you guys. I'm way cooler than that. Here,
Yeah.
no one was cool at all. You understand?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
So, no, we had a great time. Oh, there was this giant bonfire. Someone had just
Nice.
chopped down trees and used them as logs.
Was that Paul Bunyan?
Someone like that.
Oh, like little metal Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, and then there was these guys just taking cups of gasoline and just throwing it on there. You could see the bonfire from like a block away.
Hell yeah.
Easily
man.
12 by 12 feet. Just giant logs, park benches, and everything. It was fantastic.
It sounds pretty premium,
Vandalism,
dog.
nice. Yeah.
So, Hobbs Fest, death metal in the backyard.
So, all right, my day. It's all about me right now. It's my
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I'd actually like to skip you because you're going to be talking a lot this episode. You did the research.
No, it's my turn.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well,
Let
all
him
right.
have it.
Fine.
Let him have it.
I'm gonna put myself out there as like a giant misogynist right now
Okay, cool.
with this one thing, right? In particular. So I
just
went
one.
I went to the Portland Thorns, which is the women's soccer team last night.
Okay.
Why are they called the Thorns? That's like a nickname for cocks.
Well, Portland's the city of roses, so they're
Why
the
weren't they
Thorns.
the Portland Roses then?
I don't know. But anyway, I went and saw this women's soccer team, and it was a really good game. But, you know, I was like, like, how come all these ladies don't have big boobies? And I'm like, all right, well, might hit them in the face. But then if you think about it, you could do like a slap shot, right? Like, you're going into the
Oh.
goal. No one's ever perfected that. So any ladies with big boobies, tell me if
Okay.
you can play soccer better by doing slap shots.
You need to like do a little setup, like a knee up or something
Right?
like that.
Right?
Okay.
No, I don't think that's misogynistic at all, sir.
All right.
You're just thinking.
Yeah, man, that's just like how do you use the natural gifts your body has?
I just said, and I you know, a lot of them were gorgeous women playing, and they were very
Yeah.
athletic, but none of them had a rack,
That's okay.
Yeah.
which
There's
is
be-
fine. But I'm
there's-
saying there should have on your attack team there should be like one designated big titty lady who slap shots it.
Yeah, just a forward striker.
Yeah, same thing with the men's. They should have a giant hung dude that stands in the forward striker with his pants off and just fucking like hockey sticks it into the goal.
I would be fine with seeing either of those things.
Yeah, right.
So you're basically getting at like abnormally large parts of the body being involved in sports more.
Yeah,
I like that.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It could splinter off and be its own sport. You could have like penis polo.
Men or women, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Use what you got. You got
Shoes.
tall legs. If there was a person that was like 15 feet tall, but it was
Yeah.
all leg, that person would play soccer
Or basketball.
or basketball.
Or they would ski.
Majestically.
Yeah.
All right. Is that enough banter? Did we do it?
I don't
We
know.
did it.
Let us know on social medias. If,
Yeah, were
if
we
talk
witty?
too much or too little at the top of these. All right, Travis, who done it tonight?
Who done did it?
Where is Carmen Sandiego?
Okay.
Is he next to Waldo?
All right. Before I talk about Waldo, before I talk about San Diego, well, actually, it has to do with both of those people. I want to ask you guys a question. I want a serious response. I want to this goofiness that you guys do all the time. What the fuck? I want a serious response. So, where do you think the most important place is in modern history? Like post 18th century?
IHOP, right, Tom?
Shut up!
Palestine?
Palestine? What about you, Cody? Not IHOP. Don't give me that goof, dude.
I mean,
I'm just serious.
IHOPs in Palestine.
There's probably
Shut up.
more original ideas in IHOP than there are in Palestine.
Most important place in modern history. I don't know. Fucking, I'm gonna say New York City.
That is wrong. Both of you are wrong. You're both wrong. How I'm right. Ohio. Ohio is probably the most influential place in the world.
How wrong can one man be so early in a podcast?
Yeah, right, Cody?
What's going on?
So without Ohio, there would probably be no United States. Europe would be completely different. And all of the world events that shaped the world in the 19th and 20th century would have never happened.
Oh, nice prologue. One thing. Don't believe you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you how it happened. Also, another key fact that would not exist, we would not have Arthur Treacher's, the premium fast food restaurant that started in Ohio. English food in
never
Ohio.
heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, also not going to believe you right now.
All right.
Travis, the English drink so much to distract them from their food and their cuisine and their wives.
All right. Well, whatever.
Like,
Yeah, the English don't know anything about food. I know that.
well,
they're good
tonight,
with snacks.
They got crisps and stuff, but
Yeah.
and then everything is just buttered bread. And the butter, they just get France's old shit.
tonight we're going to be talking about a man that hates the British. We are roasting the American Revolution general and 18th century fuckboy, Mad Anthony Wayne.
Anthony Wayne. Huh?
This is your second Mad.
My
Yeah.
third, I think.
No, you did Mad
Really?
Jack Churchill.
And then Sam Hughes was mad.
Was he mad? Mad Sam Hughes?
Mad
he
Sam-
was a
Yeah,
I
mad
think
man.
so.
But did
I think-
people call him that?
I think this is my third, dude.
Let us know.
All right, whatever.
Let me know. I don't even know. So you might not have heard about this dude, but he was one of America's shining military stars. And there were a lot of good qualities about him, but there were mainly terrible things about this guy, that's why we do the episode. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Whatever.
So also, if you guys are good, and you know, like, be all, I don't know, whatever you guys do on the show,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to end the episode with a little spooky paranormal ghost story.
Oh, thank God. The podcast world is
Oh.
going to love us.
I
Be
know.
still, my beating heart.
Our downloads are going to go up tenfold.
Yeah, it's all going to be a bunch of spooky Wiccans.
Get those crystals out of here.
All right, so Lil Wayne was born New Year's Day in 1745 in Chester County, Pennsylvania, at the Waynesboro Estate.
All right. What year did you just say again? 17 something?
1745.
All right. America's not free yet.
America's not free. And
Not
let me
even
tell you.
close.
Let me tell you a little bit about this little Batman Waynesboro. It's a sprawling 360-acre estate, complete with a stone house, farm, and tannery. Come on,
All right.
all the amenities: jacuzzi,
Okay.
hot tub.
Is it still there today?
It's the same thing.
I don't know. It might be there. They probably have quads in the front yard now.
The tannery is now the tanning room.
Oh, yeah. That's classy.
Yeah.
So Anthony Wayne's father, Isaac, immigrated from Ireland and became one of the most wealthiest farmers in the area, mainly off of his wheat and rye that he grew. But by the time Anthony was born, the cash cow, or dried cash cow, was in the tannery.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
See what I did
Well
there,
done,
Cody?
sir.
I did
Yeah.
one of your jokes.
Yeah, you did a Cody joke and then you messed it up.
Mess it up.
The jerky.
So you did do a Cody joke.
You call it the jerky tank.
That-
Come on.
No, that's something else entirely.
Yeah.
So Isaac hoped that his son Anthony would grow up to be a gentleman farmer, and he would continue the Waynesboro legacy.
A gentleman farmer? He's got his pinky out while he's shoveling pig shit? What's going on?
So gentleman farmers, that was like a thing back then. It was basically a dude that like didn't know anything about farming.
Gentleman.
Yeah, but then had workers if you were in the north, or slaves in the south that were like, I don't know, fucking do it.
Oh, a creative director.
Yes, a creative director of
Tom,
farms.
Thank you. What a great tie through the annals of history.
All those creative director jobs apply.
Hire me.
Please,
Hire all of us.
Yeah.
we'll talk about poop.
I'm just saying, if you hire me as a creative director, your perfume that you own will just all become jokes. Like, that'll be the whole initiative.
Is that what you dream of?
Yeah.
Poopy doo-doo jokes?
All right, so obviously Anthony did not grow up into a gentleman farmer. Little Anthony was all about war. He loved reading the classics of Julius Caesar, and he would walk around his class beating his classmates up with sticks, reenacting the Roman emperor on his conquests.
Let boys be boys.
Let the kids play.
It's Ohio, for fuck's sakes. Who's gonna know about it?
No, he's in Penn. He's a Pennsylvania boy.
Oh, I thought it was Ohio. Because
Ohio's the most important part, and we're going to get in that right now. Tom, segue. What?
Oh, riding the Segway.
Off a cliff.
So why is Ohio probably one of the most important places in modern history? Well, when Anthony was growing up, the young 21-year-old Virginian commander named George Washington headed over the Allegheny Mountains into the French-controlled American frontier that is now Ohio. Shut up, Tom.
Boring.
Tom, this is history, dog. You gotta know about Ohio.
I don't care.
I care a little bit. Keep going.
So Washington had a letter from British command, because obviously working for the British, because he's a little British citizen. And this letter he had to deliver to the French, who were busy building forts and making allegiances with the Native American tribes in the area. The letter pretty much said, yo, bitch, this is British territory, not French, so, like, leave. Okay, so Washington aligned himself with Archer Treachers, which, a.k.a. the Virginia militia, and a group of native warriors called the Mingo. Yeah, like the little Mingarena.
That was such a far reach. You need to apologize to everyone for that.
No, dog. I'm working on becoming a history teacher. My jokes have to get way less funny.
Creative history teacher.
I want you to be a history teacher.
You could do it, dude.
You sound like a history teacher to me now.
Well, all right. Well,
which is why I'm bored.
We're going to talk about brutal shit now. And these Mingo people, right? The head of the Mingo, like, his name was Tanacharison. Yeah. Okay. And so Tanacharison he was like, check out that French commander that's, like, wounded. And he took his axe and rammed it into his skull, cracked it open, ate his brains.
Whoa. We eating brains in this episode, dude?
Dude, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said don't do that.
No, it's not.
Why is he doing that? Why would you do that? That's disgusting.
That's how you get smarter.
Tastes like Kuru.
So, that's how you turn into a crazy person.
Crazy, shaky person.
Crazy equals smart.
I got diseases now because I eat the different protein. Scale.
So this guy just has French brains all over his face. But that
Gotcha.
was the event that started what the Americans called the French and Indian War, or as the rest of the world calls it, the 7 Years' War.
Oh, it's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
That's how forgettable both the French and the Native Americans are.
So, in my opinion, this is the Second World War, because the first one was the Spanish War of Secession, then we had this war, and then all those other wars.
So
he'd make a great history teacher.
What you're saying right now is that we have an impending World War V coming up?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, we got a impending World War V.
So World War I is actually World War III.
Yes.
Okay. And where does the Prisoner of Azkaban comes in?
I am also dying to know this.
Well, the reason why I call it World War is because all of the English and French territories all duked it out across all the different continents. And this is one of the major reasons why the English were like, yo, we need a little bit more taxes from the Americans because, like, we kind of defended you.
I remember that.
And we told them, no, we have a picture of a snake.
Don't step on it.
We have a gun. Everyone's got at least a gun.
One gun.
We never really liked tea. We run on Duncan, so fuck off.
All right, so anyway, all this shit is happening on Anthony's front door. Because if you don't know where Ohio is, it's next to Pennsylvania. So little prepubescent Wayne is causing disruptions in his uncle's classroom. He's telling his classmates about all the action he read in the papers and, like, hitting them over the head with sticks and shit. He's like, well, this is what happened when you're a French boy and I'm a Native American.
I read better. I read it before you came to my door first. I'm closer.
That makes me the fucking winner.
Oh, God. All right, so this kid sucks already.
Yeah, so then Isaac, his dad's like, yo, Anthony, if you don't cut this shit out, I'll make you work on the farm, for real. You're not going to be a gentleman farmer. You're going to be, like, picking poop out of a cow's anus. Like Mike Rowe shit.
Can we call him Tony?
Oh, he is called Tony. We'll get to how he's called Tony.
Man,
I like this.
What's even better about your, like, history teacher approach that, like, I know maybe, like, 10 of our fans like, but my approach, which is predicting history, which is insane if you think
proactive.
about it. Because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know anything about this, but for some reason, it comes to me. And so I just want to say, you guys are welcome.
Yeah,
I will keep doing the podcast with you.
Tom's like a fucking oracle.
the oracle of the ages has spoken.
Drop my beer.
Didn't see that coming, did you,
didn't-
fucker?
Yeah, whoa, look
No,
at
because
that.
that's
Smart
the future.
boy.
I only predict the history. I don't predict the future.
Tom Saltman, history predictor. I love it.
That is the worst. So wait, well, who's that guy from Back to the Future? Buzz or
But you get the point because, like, I don't know much about history. I have a history podcast with you fellows, and a lot of this is just calling it before it happens, before it comes out of your mouths, you know? It's incredible.
But written down previously.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I read it. I barely read. I read
That's
only
where
for
it
this
comes in.
show. That's the only time I read. And I don't enjoy it, by the way. So you're welcome, audience.
Patreon.com/roastmortemcast.
all right. So Anthony shapes up after that. He's like, I don't want to work on a farm. I don't even really want to work. So he grows up. 7 years of war ends, and by the age of 18, he has all the makings of a proper gentleman.
What's he got going? What's he got going for him?
Well, he is dressing in all the finest fancy pants fashion of the time. He is pursuing gentleman hobbies like astronomy, fencing, and dancing.
Sometimes all at the same time.
Yeah, fencing is just dancing with a stick.
Yeah, you can also, they always say soccer is the only sport that you don't need any equipment for. Fencing is also another one.
Well, dude, no, wrestling.
No,
Because
fencing.
you could do that in a closet.
Yeah,
You
with
can
your
do
uncle.
fencing in a closet, too.
You don't even need
You
space.
didn't get my joke!
What, swords are real?
Was there a joke? I forgot. Sometimes you're so history oriented. What?
Fencing without equipment.
Oh, okay. that kind of
penis
joke.
touching.
Penis
Yeah, yeah.
touching.
Got it. Sword.
That is a good joke. I'm
Sword
sorry.
fight.
I'm sorry. Yes, you can do that.
Now, Travis, as far as penis jokes, you're a master of subtlety. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you bring to this podcast.
Subtlety isn't his forte. We know this. So when he slips in a good one like that, you can't blame me for missing it. It's a good joke, Travis.
Don't worry.
I'm defending myself.
When the PB gets erected, you touch it a lot, it shoots cream. Settle.
Bingo. We are now sex ed as well, officially.
Okay, so by 1765, Anthony lands himself a job with the
Lucky
dickhead that
fuck.
we already roasted, Benjamin Franklin.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So Anthony becomes a surveyor, and he gets sent off into the Canadian wilderness aboard the ship Charming Nancy with a bunch of other dandies to go map out Nova Scotia for a potential settlement.
Wow. Some rough and tumble men there.
Charming Nancy it's worse than the F word. That is quite the slur. That's a rude ship to be on, if you understand what I'm saying.
It is.
Very rude.
That is a masterful sex position that requires a cheese grater.
Ooh.
We become one, and then we decide who Nancy is.
Who's the Nancy now?
Charm my Nancy! Charm my Nancy! Just a little bit of roast mortem lore. If you go back to the Benjamin Franklin episode, Nova Scotia was the only thing Benjamin Franklin gave to his loyalist son because it was worthless. And Anthony was the one that determined that it was worthless.
I'm giving worth.
I am a worth! So after
it's
Anthony gets back from Nova Scotia, from his expedition, he meets the 16-year-old Mary Penrose at a Christmas party.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Love Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas poon is great.
Anthony quickly renames her Polly for some reason, then pokes her squishy bits and gets married a couple months later.
In that order.
Yep.
How do you rename someone?
I don't know. He just starts calling her Polly all the time, which has nothing to do with Mary or Penrose.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Maybe there was like a different woman in his life, and then he screamed that name out during sex.
I mean, my name was Lloyd until you guys started calling me Cody.
This adds up.
Yeah.
So for their honeymoon, Anthony brings her on another expedition to Nova Scotia. And Polly's like, this is really dumb. I hate this. So, can we go back to Waynesboro? He was like, all right.
Sure.
Then,
Romantic.
then Anthony spits a bunch into her vagina, and Polly shits out 2 children, Margarita and Isaac.
What was that about being a sex ed podcast? Can we strike that?
No, we're gonna strike that. Yeah.
Yeah, get that out of here.
No,
Okay,
that's
thanks.
how you have babies. You go. "Tuh, tuh, 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 tuh." Why do you think when you do like DNA testing, they take spit? Question.
Because
Oh, I
it'd
just
be
heard your
awk-
brains right
No,
there.
No, because it'd be awkward for the lab tech to hold out a test tube while I jerked off into it, Travis. They don't
Yeah.
get paid enough.
Look, this is dumb.
So while Polly was a very, I'm just gonna call her Polly from now on because he renamed her Polly, and that's what he called her. Whatever.
Wait, legally?
No, her name was legally Mary, but like everyone called her Polly. Like he's like, "You're Polly," and then everyone was like, "Oh, she's Polly."
This is back in a time in America where like women were not able to make friends or anything.
Yeah. So
And they made all their associations through their husband.
yeah. So
So it's like, hey, you gotta strap up with me. Sounds good, but also you're Polly now. You're welcome. And then he introduces everyone. Hello, Alex. This is Polly, my wife. Hello, Daniel. This is Polly, my wife.
Please
All
don't
day.
spit in her vagina.
Yeah, I've been doing that, and I got one coming.
So while Polly was very she was very shy and timid, Anthony was very loud. He was an ADHD motherfucker. He was enthusiastic about everything he almost did. He's just like one of those guys. He's like, oh yeah, I love doing this. It's great. I love touching this like grape thing. What is this? A grape I found on the side of the road? I'm gonna touch it for a while. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Clear my schedule.
A whole bunch of grapes.
He also really liked to get drunk down at the pub and
Well, that's
discuss politics because this is the 1770s now, and America's getting all bratty about not paying reasonable taxes.
Shut up.
Listen up here.
Shut up.
Yeah.
It's true.
We needed that break.
You tattoo the American flag on your erection right now just to prove yourself loyal. Patriotic, rather.
Not doing it.
I mean, I'll do a couple little piercings and get a postage size American flag to wave off of it.
There you go.
We
Tom's
bring
got
up
the spirit.
bring up the flag there.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. Why not?
Yeah.
Need this. Okay, need freedom. We need we're babies. We need to get out of the house.
Give it a wave. Thank you.
No more baby time. We're done with the English. They're not for us. It makes sense. Travis, shut up. Okay,
Well, if I shut up, we can't finish the episode. That's the end of the episode.
shut up about that.
All right, fine. So one night, Anthony and his friends, Jacob and Caleb, they get
No
really,
jokes there.
They get really hammered and assault a barmaid named Phoebe. Now, we're not sure about the details of the assault, but the court case ended in Anthony, Jacob, and Caleb paying fines to Phoebe.
Wow, okay.
So I mean, he's hanging out with at these bars, fucking with the barmaids.
Got it.
Anthony really liked women. He just loved them.
How much did he like women, Travis?
Well, can you name what his favorite woman was?
Susan B. Anthony.
Sacagawea. All the women on coins.
Someone that he called Lady America.
Oh yeah, dude.
Is that her stage
yeah.
name? When did she take the stage?
He talked all about Lady America. He always talked about Lady Fortune. He's always talking about him.
Okay, so not to be confused with Lady Liberty. Different?
Nah.
Same.
That was till the French built that statue. That's in Five O's Go West.
I like how it's copper in that movie, or copper colored still.
Never say never.
Wayne was elected as an assemblyman to the
Was he?
Pennsylvania Parliament. So with that, Wayne just left his family and headed off to life in the big city in Philly in 1774.
Okay.
Now,
Sure.
when he wasn't starting dissent about the British in Parliament, he was making his rounds to the local playhouses, the pubs, and the theaters.
I feel like
Alright.
he was the only guy in 1770s America with a pair of Oakleys.
On the back of his head.
For whatever reason, my brain thought Oakleys were shoes, and I got very confused when you put them on the back of your head. What kind of high sign is this?
So Anthony became very close, wink, 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 with his best friend's sister, Sally Robinson, and also Sally's best friend, Hetty Griffiths.
All right, so we got all the silly names in this episode then, Travis.
Also, back then, if you were friends with a woman back then, you were having sex with them.
Yeah, yep.
Because as history tells it, and my prediction will display, that there might be some kind of grievance between the genders
Well,
What? No.
that we might only be resolving in recent years.
Yeah, but also, how are they not
Hopefully.
going to like? How are you gonna? You're not gonna be like, oh, did you see that Netflix like series 2 days ago? Like, it was great. Like, no, you're just gonna be like, dude, check out this. I got a dog. Where's your wet spot?
Well, yeah, because there was no streaming services back then.
Yeah.
And who was loading in DVDs? No, you just like, huh, you look like someone I want to hang out. Whoever the lady friend is like, well, we could be friends on paper. And I'll show you a good time because I like to have friends too. Guys, get out there. Just tell a woman you want to have sex with her. It's fine.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
This is what you do.
This is what the founding fathers did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do what they did. Roll up to some biddy and be like, you want to Netflix and chill? And then when she says yes, you'd be like, fuck that. We're going to IMAX and Climax tonight. That was invented then, right?
Eh.
I mean, sure, leave me hanging, you fuckers.
Yeah.
We're gonna six farthings and fuck. Would you like to six farthings and fuck with me?
This is all right.
Okay,
You
so
understand.
we've established that they're smooching their nether bits together.
Yeah,
Right.
fine.
But also, what's weird is that in all the letters, Anthony calls them his daughters, which are kind of creepy, right? Like,
Yeah.
Predicting that incest porn.
There you go.
You've said that before. One of you guys said it. I don't remember whose voice is who when I'm cutting these.
Yeah.
So
It's fine, yeah.
It's been
a
said.
theme. It's a theme.
Yeah.
So, shortly after entering politics, Anthony decides to join the Continental Army in 1775 because America was all like, fuck the British. They're like, we got to start doing something. So, because of his social status, he enters the military career as a colonel because that's, fair. But it also meant that he got a big old fancy uniform and got a lot of pussy.
And free
Cool.
fried chicken.
Yeah. Anthony always kept his uniform in pristine condition. I mean, like, creepy. Like everything. This was like dirt times. People are covered in dirt.
Dirt times, okay.
And this guy's like, dude, where's my Tide stick? I need to fucking clean this.
I mean, it might have been compulsive.
Because of his pristine uniform and his playboy attitude, he was nicknamed Dandy Tony.
Dandy
All right.
Tony. Even better than Tony.
Yeah.
Dandy Tony!
I'm Dandy Tony, and the first thing I want to say to you people, out of the two things I'd like to say, the first one is, don't touch me soup. The second one is I hated Wallace and Gromit, and I'm ready to die to never see it again.
That's very
And I don't
specific.
care that they Americanized Chicken Run. They've done it. They've done it.
Okay, so the American Revolution begins. Anthony's first battle is the invasion of Canada. You never heard about that one because we lost.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Valid.
so he was at the Battle of Trois-Rivières in Quebec.
Fancy.
But on his way up there, he made a visit with General Philip Schuyler, who was like, I think he lived up in like Schenectady or some shit upstate New York.
Okay.
But he meets the general's two daughters, Angelica and Elizabeth, aged 19 and 18.
I need to make new friends right now.
Around
a penis.
around the same age, but they were like all over him, boobies and all, just like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, you're the best boy. Look at your uniform. It's so clean. And
I
he,
have to turn around real quick. Can you hold this tit while I do it?
he actually refuses them. And later he writes to his buddy Thomas Robinson, who was the best friend that he was banging his sister. You know, that guy. He's like, hey,
Sure, yeah, that guy.
he's like, guess what? And this is in his word. It would have been cruel to endeavor to win affection with such innocent good girls. I therefore studiously endeavored to keep out of the way of temptation.
Studiously, you say.
Also, I'm married. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, he's basically like, dude, could have boned him like your sister, but like didn't need to.
And who is he saying that to?
His
Like Clyde at the fucking bar?
He's just like, hey, dude, have you banged all those chicks? Those two fucking hot chicks, like throwing their puss around to you? I don't want to dirty their young reputations. I have a wife.
Leave me be.
Oh, no. Also, I went Australian for a bunch of that.
It's fine.
I'm keeping it in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep it up.
I'm sure we had a real dirty, like broken English accent, like Americans back then. You know what I mean? It was probably one of those weird fucking like offshoot. You know, like I've always felt like Australia and South Africa are just like bad English. You know,
Pretty much.
I mean, objectively, yes.
anyway.
Well, either way,
So he's like, could have banging your sister already. But also, just to mention, Elizabeth Schuler, one of the daughters, the 18-year-old. 18, legal, bruh. She actually went on to become Alexander Hamilton's wife. So I'm sure when Wayne interfaced with Hamilton, because he was always seeing Hamilton, he was like, dude, could have boned your wife, but didn't.
Alex, it's me, your buddy Tony. Remember that time I told you I almost had sex with your wife? That was gonna happen, but then I remembered I was married and in public.
That's when and that's the first time the phrase "weird flex" came into existence.
I met her in a 7-Eleven, and we were gonna have sex next to the chimichangas. But then I remembered I had a wife.
So, like I said, this is all happening going up to Quebec. The Americans lose in Canada. Even though they lost, Wayne did a particularly good job commanding the rear guard and was recognized for that. After the Americans got their butts pushed in at Ticonderoga, George Washington was like, dude, you were in 2 failing battles, Tony Dandy. Why don't you become Brigadier General? Like, we're going to promote you. You lost twice.
hey, you lost one, you lost Ticonderoga, we make pencils out of them. Why don't you do something better? That's how George Washington spoke.
Yeah.
In Roast Mortem lore, I guess.
So, now look, I'm not going to go into every battle that Anthony fought because Tom would fall asleep because he doesn't like history, even though he's a fucking history podcast.
No, I don't like when you do history.
All right. Yeah.
It's like there was a joke there, but no.
No, I'm not even going to do a joke. I don't even want to do a joke.
truth.
You just
I've never seen Tom more serious.
listen to history. So basically, Anthony, I will talk about a few things that he did, but his military career was basically the course of the American Revolution. So he basically got his ass handed to him like the rest of America until the French came in and saved our ass.
Hey,
So, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
they don't talk about it too much, but facts is facts.
So during his entire campaign, Anthony kept comparing himself or Washington to Julius Caesar. Now, if you know Caesar was very amazing at military tactics. His stratagem
And getting stabbed.
by penises. No, he was doing the penis stabbing.
Dangerous, Tom.
So his stratagem is actually studied today at West Point and other military academies. So that gave Wayne a little bit of an edge because he was particularly good at battlefield tactics. But if you know anything about military history, any military dude that compares himself to Caesar is probably an egotistical maniac. I mean, we've got like Hitler, Napoleon, Mussolini, Douglas MacArthur that we talked about. All those people compare themselves to Caesar. Before I talk about the biggest blunders and highlights of the American Revolution with Anthony, I thought this was very important. So during the entire revolution, Anthony was writing back to Polly at Waynesboro. He was also writing Sally and Hetty at the same time.
Nice.
Guy liked to write letters. You know, he's like sliding into them DMs.
Dear wife that I've named. I'm out here, Julius Caesaring it up, eating croutons off of a horse's mane for my afternoon lunch.
What'd you
And
do?
I'm telling everyone what to do about it. And guess what they're doing? Exactly what I said. Just the way I told you to keep your name Polly for the rest of your life until I fucking throw another baby inside you. I'm gonna keep spitting at you.
You change her name every time she's pregnant.
Every time. Well,
Every time.
it's a game. It's Twister. You know, left hand red.
New uterus, new name.
Tom, you actually weren't that far off because basically all of his letters were just him talking about how like his military conquests and like how great he was doing. All this
Tom, put your
shit.
penis away.
I'm the best predictor of podcasts. I know everything about the podcast. Oh, it's a good day to be me.
And now Polly started out with writing all these things about how he missed him and like, when are you going to be home? And like, Anthony could have gone on furlough, which is like something that was common for generals back in the day. They could have been like, yo, dude, let me take a month off. I got to see my wife, bone her a little bit. I'll be back fighting the revolution.
Furlough.
Right.
Yeah. But Anthony would always say that Lady America needed me. I must fight for liberty.
That's the worst guy in the office.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Fuck that guy.
He doesn't put a new pot of coffee on, even if he takes the last.
So,
Dude, I'm busy working. I got a lot of fucking reports to fill out. I got 3 clients on voicemail. Gotta get back.
Making coffee is for betas.
So eventually their notes became less frequent and more cold. And Anthony just was basically instructing Polly on how to upkeep Waynesboro while also talking about his exploits. And Polly was like, all right, like this dude, fuck this dude, I'm going to stop writing. So she stops completely, but Anthony just keeps like sending letters off. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because if he died, like this was his like diary. You know what I mean? More of like, I must have my letters sent to someone. I will send it to Polly.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like,
Definitely that conversation had like,
yeah.
It's not that I care for her, but she keeps a good filing cabinet and feeds the ducks.
Good wife.
Right. So he just constantly sending letters over, and this is how we know so much about him. But also, over the course of the war, Anthony's Playboy exploits became the brunt of some jokes in the papers. And I'm sure Polly got around to that. I was like, oh, shit, this is this guy talking about how he bones people.
In the papers.
in the
why would you
papers.
make that public at all? Ever?
I mean, he didn't do it on purpose. It's just penis was out in every tavern he stopped in.
Fucking oops.
Very Italian named Irishman finds himself in a predicament once again as he keeps forgetting he's married to a woman he named.
So, like I said, Anthony's notes to Sally and Hetty were still being sent. They were way more flirtatious, asking about how they were. Ooh. There was probably some dick stains on there from like scratch and sniff,
Yeah.
And even after Sally got married, Wayne kept sending her letters after she stopped responding. Like he's like, "You want to hear about me, right?
Man.
Check out this peen." She's like, "I'm married, dude. Stop it."
Only super important people who are very busy do that kind of stuff.
I was gonna say like that's like a guy at a bar who's talking to you about a business he owns, but doesn't realize when you've left the bar, and he's just still like talking to like seemingly empty air.
I've seen so many of these people.
Right? I want to give him like a fucking archetype name or something like.
Don't live like this.
No, never.
So then Wayne met another woman named Mary Vining after the Battle of Brandywine.
I'll give her a vining.
So Mary Vining was the wife of the Continental Congressman of Delaware. She was a super fancy lady, very high society. And Wayne definitely tapped that. As we explained, there are no friendships between man and woman.
No, never.
Yeah, it's either good day, ma'am, or let me lick your asshole, your hairy asshole.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, there was no bleaching back then, you know.
Good day, or let me be your bidet.
Yes.
Yes. On top of all that, he's sending letters to her as well. And now, while Wayne had always been a big proponent towards boycotting British products like tea, his penis was not about to get in the way of his corporate morality. He asked a British POW that was being traded for an American POW to order some British-made dresses in New York, which is a British territory, like stronghold, for Mary Vining.
Lovely.
So remember, boycott's okay unless if you're getting your dick sucked, and like, fuck that shit.
Hypocrite.
That's, you need to do that if you want to mean something.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I don't
totally.
know.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, bro.
I think he just betrayed Lady America, you know what I mean?
Just this once.
That's fucking nothing, dude. Look at the entire United States of America right now, or rather 50% of them that are rather vocal, that want to save the earth, and are still way down with Sombra single-serving hummus because it's vegetarian.
I like hummus.
So, all right, we're going to go back to the killing and stuff, like the
Hell yeah.
war stuff. So this is history, Tom. You go back to sleep. We're not talking about ladies' vaginas or, getting around town, You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so one of Anthony's biggest blunders was the Pulaui Tavern in Pennsylvania. The Pulaui Tavern Massacre.
Oh, fuck me.
And keep in mind, this happened almost 30 miles from Waynesboro. Wayne never checked on his wife or children or anything. I think he saw them once over the 9 years of his military career.
There you go. Fire and forget.
How you doing, Polly? What's their names again?
How many?
Even though he had intel that the British were in the area of this tavern, he failed to station guards and even just failed to tell his troops to be careful. Wayne was like, nah, like the British don't know where we are. We're just like, we're at this tavern, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the middle of the night, the British General Charles, nicknamed No Flint Gray.
No, you need the flint.
Well, this is how he got his nickname. Was he snuck into Wayne's camp without firing a shot? He told his troops, "Don't prime your weapon, just fix your bayonets," and just started bayoneting everyone in their sleep. And
That's harsh.
eventually, the sounds of bayonets sinking into rib cages and British yelling "No quarter" roused Wayne, and Wayne and the rest of his troops just ran off into the woods.
Reminds me of Delaware River and Christmas.
Yeah, Americans kind of learned a lot from their British enemies.
Why not?
Yeah, so this fucked up Anthony Wayne's reputation a bunch. And after this, Washington gave him the embarrassing job of trying to commandeer cattle to feed the troops.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
All right.
So, I mean, this is because the Continental Army, the Americans, were always at the point of starving. I mean, we never had enough food. They weren't supplied. And this started our country's, trend of just not giving a shit about our troops or vets. So anyway, the British saw Wayne and his troops running around a field trying to chase cows. And they nicknamed him the Cow Chaser. So this was like floating around in the news. Oh, Anthony Wayne, what a cow chaser!
That was his Tinder
What a
profile.
bad nickname. Like Bovine Tony would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
Bovine, yeah.
Anything. Like it. Just take your time with it.
yeah.
You had nothing but time back
I'd go
then.
by Beef Creeper.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the beef creeper.
The Beef Creeper. This is why you've named all of our podcasts.
You're welcome. I do good.
Can we start a podcast called Beef Creeper?
I thought you were going to
Yeah.
say, can we start a podcast of just naming other podcasts? And I was just like, hell yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, that might be fun to do
Bonus
something where we, we listen to other people's cut rate podcasts just like our own, and then just rename them for them.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And we'll demand like $15 if they actually go through it or something like that.
Oh, that's gonna do great for their downloads.
All right.
Hey, you know this podcast you've been listening to? Well, we're going to call it Chippy Chumps Mangermans. And and they're going to change their RSS feed, and you're going to have to refine that.
Yeah.
And you're not going to because you're their friend. You already did it once.
Tom's just out to like kill the competition. Chippy Mangermans.
I want less podcasts.
Yeah. Okay. More.
We put.
more stuff for us.
You know how hard this is for me? Do you know how hard it is for me, guys?
Tom's like
I'm so
silently weeping
bored.
all the time.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, at this point, the Pennsylvania line that Wayne was commanding was also feeling very hard. You know, they're like, I haven't eaten anything. I don't have shoes.
Okay.
Like,
they're down.
I'm not getting paid. Like,
They
what the
ate their
fuck's
shoes.
going on, man? And then they decide to mutiny. They're like, fuck this shit.
Oh.
Like,
There you go.
Wayne, you're an idiot. Like, you can't even catch cows, and like you're having to sleep in this tavern, and the British are over there jerking off in the bushes, like with their bayonets ready.
Get back to your camps. I'm out here chasing cows. You guys never seen me a full-grown man take in a cow before? If I can take in a cow, I know I can take you down, put you to bed, little boy.
So
Why don't you
the
just
Pe-
wait for the cow to sleep? Like, aren't they like out enough you can just tip them over when they're sleeping, or is that an urban legend?
I don't know.
I don't know about that, actually.
We'll have
Fantastic.
to,
But,
anyone from the Midwest, let us know if you can actually
Yes.
tip cows. So the Pennsylvania line mutinies, and they killed a few officers, but they spared Anthony Wayne, who just tailed the renegade army, pleading for them to fall back in line while they marched all the way to Philly to protest. So this guy's just running behind his army like, oh, please come back, sir. Blah, blah, blah. Stand in line, fight for your country. Lady America's juicy and wet for you.
And that didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
I'd be back there in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised.
So I'm not sure why, but Anthony was still a brigadier general. All this shit happened. His whole troops mutinied, and Washington's like, all right, I'm gonna put you in charge of the Light Corps.
No,
which
stop
was basically like a hodgepodge of troops from Pennsylvania, New England, Virginia, and New York. Just like, I don't know, we got these extra guys. Let's make the Light Corps. So,
What does it do?
just someone that Anthony Wayne fucking commands. So Anthony's like, all right, I got to reclaim some honor. I'm gonna try taking the nearly impregnable British Fort Stony Point on the Hudson.
Sounds
now-
impregnable.
Yeah, the Hudson was a very important river back then because like it would travel all the way through New York. You move troops and supplies, all this shit.
Right.
So he pretty much just borrowed the tactic that was used on him, just like don't fire and just stab them with the pointy bits.
Okay, I can't believe
Yeah,
just
dog.
go for pokies is a valid military tactic.
Yeah, so he just went for pokies, slaps only. And
There you go. Good, Travis.
Slaps only, and he takes this fort. And it's like really impressive. Everyone's like, oh my God. Washington gives him a medal. But in his report, he failed to mention anyone that wasn't from Pennsylvania. So all the New Englanders that they were the ones that actually entered the fort under a false white flag. He was like, no, those guys didn't do shit. Virginians, they didn't do anything. New Yorkers, it's all Virginians. Or all fucking
man.
Pennsylvanians.
That's rough.
I hope Tom Brady doesn't listen to this episode.
Why?
All right. I'd be fine if Tom Brady listened to this
Just a
episode.
little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so
You got me.
just to show you how smart the Americans were at the time, Washington held the fort for a few months, then just abandoned it, and the British moved right back in.
Oh, brilliant maneuver. I salute you.
Nice.
Yeah, so all that shit Wayne did for nothing.
Love
There you
it.
go.
So thus far, Wayne had been shot a few times. One of them was by an American Century Guard that had shot him in the leg in the middle of the night after Wayne had failed to signal to him.
You didn't give the high sign.
Yeah. That musket ball remained in his leg for the rest of his life.
Oh, that's lead poisoning.
Yeah. He also got fucked up when a cannonball almost hit him, and the earth gave him a fucked up leg. The ball didn't hit him, but the splash damage got him.
Splash damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Nice. Really hardcore.
He probably also contracted some sort of syphilis or STI or some type of shit because he was like banging bras. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No condoms.
That existed back then?
Oh yeah, syphilis was a new world shit.
Syphilis.
I know.
What, you trying to get history on me?
Yeah, just trying to poke holes. You're doing a pretty good job.
One thing was for sure is that he had terrible gout.
Oh.
Meat eater, catching cows, baby.
Yeah, his feet and eventually his arms were just all gouted out. Which is something you
goes
get
into the arms.
Yeah, which is something you get if you're a really intense alcoholic. Not like us. We're straight edge on this show.
Yeah.
We're good boys.
Also, we, actually, I don't know why we don't have gout.
We should
It's
have
a
gout.
fucking miracle.
Yeah, we really should.
I can't think of a single reason as to why we
Yeah.
don't, but we're very lucky.
Like, it runs in my fucking
Maybe it's
family.
the fluoride that the government puts in our
No,
water.
there's no
Yeah.
Keeps us
there's
clean.
no fluoride in Oregon.
Yeah, well,
Look, he's got ready for gout.
all right, cool. Oh, that's weird. Portland, weird, right?
Dude, I'm just going to be so gouted. That's why you should go to patreon.com to help me fix my gout.
Yeah. Well, firstly, we have to fix Mike up. We got to get him on the pills.
Get him on the pills. He needs to
Yeah.
be on
We gotta get him all
Percocets. He needs to be on fucking Oxys.
Yeah, we
Flintstone-
need him to be
Flintstones.
really bring his best self forward and hardcore narcotics. It's gonna make.
I
it
want
happen.
him to be the SoundCloud rapper of Roast Mortem.
I think he is by accident.
Yeah.
Just because of the generational
That's
thing.
true.
Yeah, designated.
Okay, so after Stony Point, Wayne and the war shifted down south. Wayne was at Yorktown, which was America's like real big first win. That was because the French started helping at that point, and like Lafayette and all those guys. And then Wayne entered the swampy asshole of America, that is Georgia.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jersey.
No, I mean Jersey's an armpit.
Oh.
While the rest of the colonies were fighting in factions, right? So you had loyalist British regulars and Native Americans, for the most part, versus the Continental Army. Georgia was like a post-apocalyptic wasteland where everyone was just fighting each other.
Okay.
Didn't matter who
Right.
you were. They're just like, I don't know, I'm gonna fucking put this lead bullet in your butthole.
Like now Georgia is covered in Waffle Houses, but back then it was just all Waffle House parking lots,
Yeah.
Ready
That
for
works.
those. Yeah.
waiting for it to open, getting in line, getting them smothered and covered, also dying.
So Wayne was called down there by a General Greene, and General Greene was like, dude, you need to unify everyone, right? Like the British have taken Savannah. We need to reclaim Savannah, but the most important thing you gotta do is like bring everyone together, like all these loyalists and everyone. We need to get behind the American cause, right?
Yeah. Fuck America.
Also, Wayne was boning General Greene's wife, Kathy.
Nice.
I've lost track already.
I renamed her too. She was Kitty, and now I'm gonna call her Sandra McConaughey.
General Greene said that Wayne and his wife were just friends, but we debunked that already.
Yeah, that's been a theme throughout this entire journey of Tony Wayne.
He's just friends with his wife.
Yeah, so Tony's like, all right, this is great. I get to bring people together. Wayne offers amnesty to the loyalists. He offers amnesty to runaway slaves and natives as long as they sold their wares to him and his cause. Wayne saw himself as Moses leading his people out of Egypt.
Whoa. Caesar and Moses?
Dude, pick one.
And was Moses really great at leading his people out of Egypt? I know he succeeded, but did he not take 4 decades to get that done?
I mean, if you want to get into that, I think it actually was a bit longer.
Ah.
Because back then they had no idea how to keep track of time.
No GPS.
No, I mean, look at it. What year is it to the Jews?
I had 7 latkes last year. I don't know.
That's how they tell time.
This year I had 9 latkes.
Oh, you've traveled back in time somehow. Vodka harvest was good to us.
Living in this swamp shithole, Wayne went into full Vietnam mode. The Native American tribes were dragging his officers out into the swamps, cutting their noses off, and scalping them. Also, the British were so entrenched in Savannah that it was nearly impossible for Wayne to take the city.
Wow. A lot of face mutilation going on in recent episodes.
Yeah. Wayne started to heavily drink, and he also contracted malaria because cesspool of a state.
Whoa.
Hey, don't blame the state. Blame.
The state.
Yeah.
No, just blame the
Okay,
state.
yeah.
You're right. I was trying to help out.
No,
I
we're
know.
in agreement here.
I know.
Eventually, the war ended in 1783, and an officer from Savannah came to Wayne in a swampy camp and surrendered. But Wayne quickly shoot him away. Get away, sir. Get away, sir. Shoot.
We have more war to do.
Yes, he was hell-bent on taking Savannah by military force.
Oh, cool. Beautiful city. So it's been untouched since before then, so obviously not too much damage.
Yeah, so it took a personal visit from General Green, Cuckboy, who, he's fucking his wife. Took a personal visit and be like, dude, all you need to do is walk in there and they'll surrender. And eventually he convinced Wayne to do that, and Savannah fell to Wayne.
There you go.
I can understand Wayne. So you got a guy whose wife you're fucking
Yeah.
telling you to walk into enemy territory. It's cool, man. It's cool. I talked to them. You should go over there. You should talk to them. They're actually pretty cool. They're nice guys. All of them. And they all have wives, and all their wives are friendly.
Wear this bullseye on your jacket.
Yeah,
Their wives...
So I get Wayne's hesitation to be like,
I think I'm gonna stay here for a few more weeks and drink this gravy.
So their wives were very friendly, in fact, because instead of going home after the war ended, Wayne met Mary Maxwell. He also has a thing for Marys, which is kind of weird. But basically, Mary was blowing him because of his connections. She wanted him to free his loyalist brother and war criminal from prison, which Wayne promptly did.
all right.
We got this.
Now, were these POWs? Did they have anything like a particular circumstance why he'd want to keep them behind bars?
Just because they murdered people in cold blood.
Oh, just take the blowjob. It's fine.
Yeah.
One blowjob halfway through it. Hey, I can say I did it, so let them go.
So Wayne then brokered a deal between the Georgian tribes of the Cree and the Cherokee. The local government gave him the Richmond estate as a thank you. This was a 573-acre rice plantation near Savannah that they had confiscated from a loyalist that had fled to England.
God damn it.
And we can't even get rent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was it, 573, Travis?
Yeah.
You could just
I can't even
give acreage as a thank you gift back in the day.
Hey, we took it from someone else, Squanto or something like that. I don't know his name. You
They
can
didn't
have
know what
it.
they were doing.
I'm tired.
Wayne has malaria. He's done fucking Mary Maxwell because he's like, whatever. He's kind of like, dude, I'm like sick. I'm really sick. And you kind of know when you jerk off when you're sick, you feel better for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, you crank it and then you jump in the shower.
Yeah, you're like, oh, dude, I feel great. And then the sickness comes back.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like once
Yeah.
he stopped fucking Mary, the sickness came back.
yeah, he stopped getting the poison out.
Yeah, so
Poor guy.
he packed his bags and headed off to Pennsylvania. So this whole entire time, I mentioned that he only saw his family once. Wayne's friend Sharp Delaney had been basically raising his kids and looking after Polly the entire time. So Wayne shows up at Waynesboro all fucked up on malaria, and Polly's like, "Oh boy, he's finally home! Yay!
Thank God. Thank God. Sharp, get
Out of here!" The second Wayne is better, which took about 4 months, he's like, "Yo, peace, idiots!" He heads back off to Philly.
I like this.
Nice. He's a real patriot.
Wayne enters politics in Philly, ultimately failing because he just yelled about veterans' rights. And as a great American tradition, as I said before, America give you 2 fucks about veterans.
Sometimes not even one.
Wayne's like, wait, all right, I could just go back down to Georgia, right? start a plantation on the Richmond estate. The problem was that he had no real money because he hadn't been paid for any of his service during the Revolution. So he needed money to buy slaves, right? Because he's going down south, he needs slaves.
Slaves cost money.
Just a side note, Anthony hated slavery. He had actually seen one of the slave masters hack up one of their runaway slaves in the South, which was fucking terrible.
Yes.
So, but he still needed money to acquire the thing he hated.
Well, so instead of calling them slaves, Anthony just called them workers. You know, workers that you don't pay and you can beat.
And they
Interns.
Right.
Yeah, no sick days, no leave, no benefits.
You live with me. I listen in on your conversations. If you have a child, I will take
That's
it.
mine too,
And I
yeah.
will throw it in the dirt. Yeah, I got one of those.
So the
Workers.
first
Yeah, no, it sounds like, Travis, just like what you said, he must hate slaves.
exactly. He loves workers though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I fucking hate Twitter and I'm on it all day. I guess I'm a hypocrite.
Well,
yeah, well,
Way to belittle slavery, Cody. You're welcome.
so the first person Wayne turns to for money is Polly's uncle. Yeah, the dude is the uncle of the woman that you knocked up and abandoned for like a decade. He's like, "Nah, dude, I'm not giving you any money. You're an idiot."
well, whatever. Who cares?
All right, and then he talks.
Just your niece. Come on, man.
Yeah, then he has a friend that's like, dude, you need to talk to the Dutch. They've been handing out money to Americans, like the government, pretend rich people. They just like give out money, dude. It's free. He's like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I'm going to go to the Dutch. So he goes to the Dutch and he's like, hey, I got this place called Waynesboro. I'll use that as security. Like, loan me the money for these slaves. So he gets the slave money. He goes down to the Richmond estate and he's got these slaves. And Wayne may have grown up on a farm, but he had no clue how to grow anything, especially rice.
Man.
So
Is that
he's
what
like,
he's trying to do?
yeah, he's trying to grow rice, which is kind of hard
Rice
to
is
grow.
tricky, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to know rice? Let
Sure.
me tell you about it. So the reason that you see rice fields all grown in
The
water,
patties, yeah.
the patties, the reason they're there is not because it makes them grow better, but it's because weeds don't
Yeah.
grow in that.
Ah.
What rice is resilient as a plant. So you can put it in that water, it'll grow through, won't get fucked up
Yeah,
by
you can
weeds.
flood it and it doesn't care too much.
Yeah,
What about the
exactly.
hats?
That's to keep the sun off the back of your neck, Travis.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, God.
So Wayne's like, I don't know how to do this shit. He hires an overseer. And then he's like, dude, let's party off of credit. I got this shit from the Dutch.
Always
What
party
up?
off of credit, dude. Come on. It's the most
The
American thing
Dutch
ever.
money is the best money out there.
Yeah, and also Catherine Green's there, so he's like slipping it in behind his friend's back. And like the dude would go through gallons of wine, whiskey, and rum like every week, just racking up that credit, doing that great American tradition. More American tradition.
This guy was around. If this guy was around today, he would definitely be doing a podcast.
yeah. So
Raising the roof, or as I like to call it, the debt ceiling.
yeah. So during an Independence Day party, him and his buddies may or may not have broken into a theater and tried to rape an actress. And then someone might have tried to shoot at him, but accidentally missed and killed one of his friends.
Okay, may or may not, you say?
This definitely happened.
Yes.
This absolutely happened. The name of the actress,
Jim Carrey?
Travis. You know it?
Titty big lady.
Whoa.
That was her name.
All right, man. Well, don't make it so easy to pass up on.
Eventually, the Dutch came knocking, and they're like, "Where's the money, Wayne? Where's the money?"
Donde está la...
Oh, of course.
And Wayne's like, "Dude, I don't have it. What are you gonna do about it?" They're like, "We're gonna take Waynesboro," and he's like, "Wait,
Right.
but my wife and kids live there."
Wait.
Oh, the ones I'll give
Yeah.
shit
So
about.
he collateraled his family's roof.
Yeah.
Great.
So in 1787, the Dutch company files a lawsuit against the Wayne estate to claim Waynesboro. Problem was they claimed it, they filed it in the wrong county.
So, what does that mean?
So nothing happened.
Oh, wow.
Off the hook.
And this
Default.
gave Wayne a little extra time to come up with the plan. Now he remembered that elected officials at the time were immune to persecution, because makes sense and free and fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Wayne races back to Philly and gets elected as a Pennsylvania assemblyman right
my
at the
God.
time. Right at the time when they were voting to ratify the U.S. Constitution.
This guy knows how to play the system.
Yeah.
He's starting to come back.
Or he's lucky. It's either that or he's lucky. Because, like, the dingus can't catch a cow while it's sleeping.
Yeah.
Right into Congress.
you know?
Get that man. Get that man
Yeah.
a special hat.
His leadership skills are admirable, and I like the way he fucks my wife.
So right after the vote happened, that was like the term, he sailed back to Georgia without seeing his family and decided to try to run for office in Georgia, but failed. By this time, the Dutch had figured out that, they had sued the wrong county. So he's like, all right, we got the right county now. But Wayne had another trick up his sleeve. The Dutch could
I'm excited to hear
The Dutch could not legally take Waynesboro if the Wayne estate was already being sued.
Oh.
So, what Wayne did was he sent a letter to Sharp Delaney, and he's like, that was, the guy watching over affairs. He's like, yo, Sharp, remember when my father died and I was supposed to pay my mother and mother-in-law annuity? I totally didn't pay those, quote, in quotes, old women a penny. Convince them to sue me.
It's it's genius, and I also hate it. You know what I mean? Like, he's such a dirtbag that he could use his lesser dirtbaggery as a shield for the hot dirtbaggery incoming. Great subject, Travis. Thank you so very much. Please continue.
So then Sharp has the awkward role of asking Anthony's mother and mother-in-law to sue their own son, which they did begrudgingly. The very next day, Anthony's mother changed the will so that Anthony would only receive $1 of her inheritance, and the rest would go to his son and daughter.
That's badass. I like that mom.
Yeah, right.
That's a good mom.
So this trick worked, but at the same time, Wayne was like, "Oh, they couldn't get the Waynesboro estate." But Anthony Wayne's like, "I might still be thrown into debtor's prison because that was a thing back then."
right.
Yeah, thank God. I don't think I'd be doing this podcast if there was
yeah,
debtor's
same.
prison.
No, right? So he looked for more elected offices. By this time, his old war buddy was the governor and major general of the Ohio Territory up in the north.
Uh-huh.
Now, his friend's name was Arthur St. Clair. And now, remember, Ohio was not a state. It was a frontier land.
Oh, yeah.
And Wayne thought, oh, that's a real cushy job. Like, that's great. You just hang out there in the wilderness, like, fight bears with your hands. Touch
Cushy.
your dick a lot.
Cushy.
Yeah.
So he's like, I could become the governor of America's Southwest Territory. So he talks to Washington. He's buds with him. And the idea got passed around a little bit, but ultimately was shot down. So he's desperate. He's like, I need to get into office. So then Wayne runs for the U.S. Congress of Representatives for Georgia. And he wins.
Hey.
And he's all excited. He's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to Congress.
Yeah. Verbatim.
2 months later, found out that he had fixed the ballot. And he was kicked out of Congress for voter fraud.
Nice.
All right. He's got his fingers in all the sludgiest pies.
This is what America's built on. Opportunity.
Right.
It's how you approach it that makes you a hero or a
Yes. So
legend.
this
right
man
now.
is the American dream.
Yeah.
The
So
best American dream.
Completely down on his luck, the Dutch company finally agrees to take the Richmond estate as payment over Waynesboro. Because they were like, I don't want this shithole down in Georgia. They're like, all right, we feel bad for you. That's fine. But just to rub salt on the wound, Wayne had to have his wife, Polly, sign papers to turn over her 1/3 that she owned of Richmond estate through marriage.
Man.
So awkwardly, he sent Sharp Delaney over to be like, yo, could you get my wife to sign it so I could sell it?
When will I see me husband again?
What husband?
I've grown older, and I really gotta get one off. Wait a minute, I gotta give away a third of me bits? No, thank you.
Good night.
So, all right. Wayne was just about to return home, and he may have gotten to jail because of all this fucking shit, but then his luck changed.
How so?
So, basically, the entire American standing army was in the Ohio Territory because that's where the British and Native Americans were. That's where Wayne's war buddy, Arthur St. Clair, was. And Arthur St. Clair got all of the troops massacred in the woods.
All of them?
Almost all of them.
Jesus fucking Christ.
A few stragglers fled for their lives, but were hacked down by the Miami tribe. That's right, Miami in Ohio.
Okay, that's not confusing.
Cool.
They hacked men, women, and children down to bits. One very particularly brutal way that the Native Americans dealt with disposing of children is they would pick them up by the ankles and smack their head against a tree.
I can remember reading that, actually.
Oh man, that you got to tell a bunch of these anti-abortion people that that'll change
just
their
be
mind.
patient.
No, get it before the nerve endings
Yeah,
are
just be
developed.
patient and then go for like the giant like swing, like WWE style.
Oh yeah.
So when George Washington, who was president at the time, received the news, this was the first time this notably stoic man was angry and distressed. He said that America without an army and without the Ohio Territory would ultimately fail. So he was like, all right, we need to like raise another army. Now, Anthony Wayne was not the first pick. They actually went through, I think, 4 people.
Great.
Wait, everyone else was like, dude, did you see what those Native Americans did to us? I'm not going out there.
No.
But Wayne was ultimately picked, and he was promoted to Major General, and he was to lead the group of troops called the Legion of the United States.
Sounds important.
Yeah, so he met up at, he started a town called Legionville in Pennsylvania, right on the edge of the frontier. He was merciless with his troops, demanding that their uniforms were spotless.
Oh, come on.
And although, like, basically all their uniforms were just rotting off of their body, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's war, man. Come on.
Nice.
His brigadier general was a man named James Wilkinson. Wilkinson hated Wayne because he felt that he was entitled for the role of major general because he had been second in command to St. Clair. But also, Wayne was probably fucking his wife.
Good friends. Good friends having you.
We can do a sitcom.
Good
we can do a
friends
sitcom.
inside of you, lady. Yeah. Watch out for when your friends get inside of you. Watch out when your husband leaves you inside, man.
So right as he had his 2,000 troops ready to go, Wayne receives a letter that Polly had died.
Oh.
Poor whatever her actual
Which one
name
was that?
The wifey. The waifu. Then
very
quickly
sad.
after that, he receives a letter that his mother is about to die. The
How many
old
times
woman.
He fucked her.
Yeah, he didn't really give a fuck about that anyway. I mean, in fact, during this campaign, Wayne used the names of his sexual exploits, like Vining, Catherine, Sally, Maxwell,
Oh, okay.
as passwords for the army. Yo, troops, say Vining today. Hell yeah.
When you said he used the names of his sexual exploits, I thought you were saying he used the names of his specialized sex moves in his repertoire as the passwords.
He might have done that too.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like-
The downhill dunkaroo. That's a good one.
The Stargazer.
So Wayne led his legion up the Ohio Territory, all the way up north to Detroit, and the whole time Wilkinson was sending sabotaging letters with supplies, so his troops are always hungry. Whatever. Eventually, they reach the site of the St. Clair Massacre, where they find the bones of the soldiers that were killed 3 years ago.
Oh.
After burying the bones, they bunkered down for the winter. There was still no contact with the Miami tribes.
We'll use these bones for warmth. Not those bones. Those are my brother's bones. He put them there.
Wayne got some really bad gout, like really, really bad.
God
He couldn't
damn it.
move his arms and legs. So the only thing that would help was him drinking a ton of whiskey. So he just got drunk all the time.
There you go.
Nice.
And then one
yeah.
night, a tree fell on his tent and knocked him unconscious for a few days.
Wow. That is a roast modem first, I believe.
Yep. I think I killed Tom.
I wish you could see at home. Tom's rolling around on his back, clapping with his feet.
This gouted man is just like, I hate my life. Kill me soon. And a tree falls on his tent. He doesn't die. He's just like, God damn it. I must wake.
The man's knees and elbows are like softballs. They're
Jesus.
fucking giant. He can't move. He's just laying there hammered like,
This is gonna be a great country when I'm done with it.
Tree fucking took 2.5 hours to fall over, but his gout just stopped him from being able to move out of the way. He's just screaming as the tree splinters. Help me!
oh, and no one wanted
they're just
to.
like, what is it? Was that a fox? Do you hear that?
Someone definitely felled that tree for him.
Sprinkling woodpecker seed on the bark all day.
Who's out there? Why are you cutting down that tree? That's the one tree that... No, don't cut it down. Stop it. I'm gonna come out there eventually. I'll see who you are. Oh, goodness, I've got it. It's George Washington going back to his cherry tree days.
Not a tree to be under, motherfucker.
So, in the summer of 1794, Wayne eventually came head-to-head with the Native American forces. The two commanders were a man named Blue Jacket, who led the Shawnee, and Little Turtle, who head the Miami tribes. So there was also some very sneaky Canadian militia, British people, dressed as Indians there.
Espionage. I like that.
Yeah. You guys don't look tan at all.
So all the drilling that Wayne had done on these troops had paid off because the Legion kicked the natives' asses. And after a few months, Wayne eventually... this battle was called the Battle of the Fallen Timbers. Very important battle.
I wonder why it's called. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Right? Fell on his head. I don't know.
Who won that battle?
Do I get to name it?
So, after a few months, Wayne and the Western Confederacy of Native American tribes signed the Treaty of Greensville, which he named after his friend that was boning his wife. Whatever. It's weird. It's a
lot of
soap opera.
A lot of friend-wife boning.
Hey, look, dude. If I was able to name places, things, and then also if another part of me happened to be having sex with my friends' wives, you bet I'm naming those places and things after my friends.
Not the wives.
It's a preemptive. Forgive me. I've been an awful person.
Preemptive oops.
Yeah. Oops.
Jeez.
Okay. So this Treaty of Greensville made the American border in Ohio and also aligned the natives with the Americans. Wayne was actually given his own Native American nickname of Wind.
Great.
Wind.
Because he farted a lot, I guess. That's the baseline joke we can work up from.
Okay, so ask me the question finally.
How did Wind die?
It's very long-winded.
Tony Wind.
Very
Wind's disease,
long-winded.
right?
So Wayne returned from this campaign a hero. He had saved the American expansionism and restored
sure.
the faith in the military. There were parades in his honor and all that jazz.
Yay.
Anthony was still really fucked up with gout. He'd been hit with a tree. His dick maybe works still. I don't know. Probably.
Was he dug out from under the tree yet?
But, his his body...
Yeah, he just took a section of land with him in it.
Yeah, his body was all fucked up. He shows up to Washington. Washington's like, dude, I got one more mission for you, man. So James Wilkinson, the shit talker, that had been like, fuck this guy. He's an idiot. I hate him. He had actually been suspected of working with the Spanish. Oh.
No, not the Spanish.
Build that wall.
Yeah. So Washington's like, yo, Anthony, go back to Ohio, start snooping around, check out Wilkinson, dig up some dirt. Anthony Wayne goes back to Ohio. He starts inspecting all the forts that he had built, started asking questions. On his journey north, gout got real bad. Body seized up. He died.
Wow.
He died of like gout and seizures on September 15th, 1796 at Fort Presque Island in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh my God.
Gouting out, man.
Yeah, now.
Down.
Now I know this has been a very long episode, but you guys want some spooky bits?
Are we worthy, Travis?
I think you guys are worthy.
All right. Let us know how to do.
Okay, now for spooky bits.
Please.
So Anthony's son Isaac had actually warmed up to his estranged dad over the last few years of his life. Because when Polly died, Anthony was like, I don't know who to write about my exploits. My son, dude, I was having such a good time. A tree fell on my head. To dear Isaac.
yeah.
Okay. Tied it
Right.
back in.
So he had.
How are you? What's your name again, Isaac? Is that Isaac? I am guessing.
So he was writing to his son a bunch. His son warmed up. And Isaac decided, because Wayne was buried on this, like, nowhere fort in Erie, Pennsylvania. So Isaac decided in 1809 to head out to this fort and bring his father's remains home. Now, he exhumed Anthony's body, which was underneath this American flag.
A layer of gout.
Yeah, a layer of gout.
Thick.
But at this point,
He looks so perfectly preserved.
no, at this point, the gout had rotted away, and Anthony was just a bunch of bones. It's bone zone.
There you go.
So he pulled all of Anthony's bones out of the ground and put them into 2 large saddlebags, and then started to ride home to Waynesboro to bury his father on the family plot.
Did he use bubble wrap at least? I feel like the bones would just go to dust.
Well, no, he didn't, because stupid Isaac did not close the saddlebags.
Okay.
And now a bunch of Anthony's bones has fallen on the way home. Ooh.
We call it the Dandy Trail.
Well, no, we call it Route 322.
Why is that?
So Isaac took a road. It was a dirt road at the time, but they turned this dirt road into U.S. Route 22, which goes from Ohio through Pennsylvania into New Jersey, down to the shore. You know, fucking shore.
Okay.
So it is said that on January 1st, which was Anthony's birthday,
Yeah, I remember.
an apparition of Anthony Wayne is seen wandering Route 322 looking for his lost bones.
What's he need those for?
I can't have sex with your wife if I don't have bones.
Yeah, the ghost is sick still.
And that is Anthony Wayne. He also is, he's a great guy. He's looking for porn.
Dirtbag.
Looking for idiots.
I'm looking at Route 322.
320,
correct?
U.S. Route 322.
Jesus Christ.
You ever take that on your tours, Tom?
No. Wow, that's a big road. That's a lot,
lot of bones.
A lot of bones dropped there.
Basically the bone zone. So
Wow.
if you live along that route, let us know. Have you seen Anthony Wayne with his hard penis looking for your wife? Let us know on the show.
All right. So, look, with that said, you wrapped it up. I'll say this. Travis, you're boring. But it was a good boring. It was like Ken
Yeah.
Burns boring, you know? Like, I was in it. I was
Dude,
in
imagine
the moment. You got
if
me,
Ken
dude.
Burns was hard the entire time he was making that iMovies movie he made.
What iMovie?
All of his movies. It's just
Yeah.
zoom in on a picture.
I think. Yeah,
No. He has the most expensive version of Avid you can
Yeah,
find.
but he should just do a podcast. He'd be Dan Carlin kicks the shit out of Ken Burns.
No, I like his pictures, dude. I like where he finds his pictures, and he puts pictures, and he gets great narrators, and then he gets a bunch of actors to read the letters. I would love to see Ken Burns do an episode, or rather a 67-part miniseries about Anthony Wayne. And then we compare, just like maybe, PBS, maybe they do telethons, maybe we do too. Patreon.com/roastmortemcast. We're basically PBS, except we don't.
I would,
you.
if we get enough Patreons, if we get a lot of Patreons, I will do a Ken's Burns cut of one of our episodes.
Oh yeah.
It's easy. All you have to do is select all your clips, copy attributes, so they all just zoom in a little bit for each
Right
one.
click the drop down Ken Burns menu.
And luckily for you, I've been learning violin.
Hey, we can do this. We can do this.
So I could just... No, very slow and somber, Ulysses S. Grant once said to General Robert E. Lee through telegraph brought from Ettingale Ridge down to Richmond, Virginia.
Fuck your wife!
That he said
Spare some gravy.
that, I fucked your wife, and our Waffle House has better eggs than your Waffle House.
Them's fighting words.
That's the end of the show.
Whatever's been me.
Look at that.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you,
All right,
Shane.
stick around. All right, yeah, social media
yeah.
shit, Patreon stuff. Stick around to the end of the episode. We got some obituaries for some of the Patreons. You could be a lucky person that we can kill.
We started doing that shit again? Nice.
Well, you know what? It's better than the lottery because all you had to do is throw us money and you automatically win.
It's not a lottery at all, actually.
Yeah, because you actually get something.
Guaranteed.
Also,
Maybe.
tell us your spooky fucking Anthony Wayne on Route 322 or fucking West Islip Road or Jericho Turnpike. I don't know. Tom, didn't
dude,
you see a
all
ghost
those
kiwi one time in Huntington?
You're gonna start.
I saw a real kiwi. It was definitely a foreign animal, an exotic a pet that had escaped its owner's
Tom,
house.
you were high and saw a ghost kiwi. Come on.
No, dude, I wasn't high at all. Well, I was actually very high, but I had my wits about me. All right, think about it. If you have a spooky Route 322 story about Anthony
Or
Wayne,
a kiwi.
like
Tom will share this story. It's great.
let's get one of those. Let's just get the one spooky story, and as soon as that comes in, we're not taking any more because
yeah.
they're all gonna be the same. I was driving down Route 322. I was going there, and it was 1:30 in the morning. I was real tired, and my girlfriend was sleeping next to me. We were coming back from
On
a
New
party
Year's?
on New Year's Eve, and then I saw the man.
Roll credits. Roll.
That's
credits.
it. That's the extent of it.
Dude, we could do a whole fucking off of your one story. You could start a paranormal show and get more
copy-paste
Patreons than we
everything.
have now. You're welcome, guys. You are
love
welcome. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane.
Bye, dog.
Bye.
Dickens.
Dance with me.
You
Let's
rolling?
roll. I'm rolling. I'm rolling the fuck out
Oh, Cody's been rolling the whole episode.
Rolling.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I got no moss on me.
Guess what? You made it to the end of the episode, and you might have moss on you because if you wait around and listen to something long enough, you can grow a little bit of moss on you.
Yeah, Travis's favorite band is the Rolling Bones.
There you go. That was the joke I was going for. Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome.
So now we got to the best part of the episode, the end, where we talk about
Fuck you.
our Patreons that we're gonna kill or figure out how they died.
Kill gratefully.
Yeah, because we're gonna tell their obituaries. It's like a premonition, a deadly one.
You know what they say, guys. It takes a team to build a wall. So we have to go through history. We have to build this wall together. It's teamwork. Roast Mortem is not Roast Mortem unless we have like at least 5 of you listening to us. So just keep in the support, and you'll get one of these obituaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a village to raise a child, but only one person to kick a corpse into a gutter.
True.
That's very true. So Tom, how many children did you kick in this obituary?
Just one, really.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, yeah. So our first obituary of the evening is Rocksteady Spaghetti.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, most people would think that's a handle, but that's actually her government name.
Oh, all right.
Roxetti got a little tired of old Italian women getting her email somehow and writing her about their fresh Rosettis and spaghettis that they were making. You know how old women do. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
old women makes tea. They go to tea@gmail.com and go, "You were delicious today." So,
Fuck you, Nona.
so to avoid this this cacophony of old ladies writing in all the time, she wants to change her name legally to Carletta Soprasata. So she goes to the DMV to go change her name, but it happens to be Bring Your Child to Work Day. And the clerk that helps
At
her
the
with...
DMV?
Yeah, you have to.
Fuck.
So
feel
the
sad
clerk
for
that
those
helps
kids.
Roxetti change her name to Carletta Soprasata, she's got like 10 kids, and one of them takes the paperwork that Roxetti had filled out and changes the name, Carlotta Soprasetta, to an even funnier name, probably the funniest
No.
name that a child can come up with, which is Osama bin Lasagna.
Yeah, that's a cool kid.
Oh.
Now, upon officially being Osama bin Lasagna, she walks outside and manages to save Nathan Lane and Denzel Washington from a horrific car accident, gaining her all kinds
Oh.
of newspaper press, and the headlines are flying. This is
Oh, yeah.
clickbait for everyone. But, of course, someone's going to be mad about it, and it's probably going to be about those 600 BuzzFeed writers that got laid off that can't write about this sensational news. Insensitivity, terrorism, all in one name? I can't believe it.
What?
Yeah.
Osama bin Lasagna wakes up to a horde of fired BuzzFeed writers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, who take her from her own bed, bring her to the top of the Freedom Tower, and drop her off of it.
What the fuck?
I'm glad that America wins in the end. Thank you for
I mean,
being our
is she all
patron, Osama
she
bin
all right?
Lasagna.
Oh no! I mean that tower's pretty tall. So Osama bin
Okay.
Lasagna, Roxetti Spaghetti, as you were known in a different life. Thank you for being a Patreon. Sorry about BuzzFeed.
Thank you. Rest in peace.
Cody, who's the next lasagna? Big lasagna, nice.
Gentleman known only by Sir Trolls-a-Lot. Yes. Lovely Patreon. Thank you. Or Patreon, rather.
He downloads our podcast on tour.
Oh,
Shit.
fierce.
Onions.
Yeah, onions.
I know about the internet.
And Sir Trolls-a-Lot, given his moniker, is actually a fucking troll. He's not a human being like you and me. And
So he's got
no
5
internet
dicks?
Troll. He's got 5 dicks. All of those dicks have 3 heads apiece. So like, he
Nice.
takes down his pants and it's just like fucking calloused udders wafting in the breeze.
You gotta see that like
Um,
Cthulhu giving him a blowjob. You don't know where it starts and begins. It's just fucking
Oh
nuts.
my god, yeah.
Madness! Madness!
All right.
And so actual troll, actual fucking Norse troll of the folklore. That's where trolls come from. And he's just there in his fucking troll cave. And he's bored. He's just there thumbing his anus. He's busy being ugly as sin, just sitting around. He kind of looks like the second to last illustration on the Animorph book covers.
Oh.
You know what I mean? With, like the girls turning into like a fucking ox.
That's when she's the
like-
hottest.
Oh, okay.
Ox with tits
And
and udders.
yeah, so he's gross. He smells. He's just there thumbing his ass in his fucking cave. But in all this sloth, he's forgotten to pay tribute, pay homage to the Norse god Odin. And we all know what Odin does when he gets angry. He sends his henchman of a son, Thor, to go do his dirty work.
Go slap his dick on his face. The son,
Wait, are we
go
gonna-
slap your dick on his face.
Are we gonna get fucked up by Disney by you telling this story?
I don't know.
Because don't they
We'll
own
find
Thor?
out. They own Marvel's Thor, but this is honest to goodness folklore, Norse deity Thor.
Okay.
And so Thor's there, and he's fucking nailing an eviction notice with Mjolnir to the side of the fucking cave wall. And Sir Trolls-a-Lot wakes up from all the noise, extracts the thumb from his ass, and the two have some very fucking impolite words, some fisticuffs, some nipple rubbing, some nipple bumping, as we like to say on Long Island. And Thor, justified to use lethal force, shoves 10,000 volts of lightning bolt up Sir Trolls-a-Lot's ass. And Sir Trolls-a-Lot just like, don't rape me, Thor. Don't rape me. Don't tase me, Thor.
Well, Thor.
That's all right. I'll
This is
edit that for you.
Sir,
it's the same thing with if there's a lightning bolt without consent.
Sir Thor's-a-Lot was getting. Sir Trolls-a-Lot was like
Wow,
getting it
did
ready.
We just get retarded?
He's getting it ready.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there scratching
he
his
was
hernia,
priming it.
scratching his fucking hemorrhoid.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got retarded for this one. He was priming the hole, and then Thor comes in, shoves a huge lightning bolt up his ass against his will. He does not make it to Asgard or Valhalla. The Valkyrie just comes by and puts him out with the trash. So rest in peace, Sir Trolls-a-Lot. Thank you for your patronage.
Hell yeah.
Do it, Maine.
Yeah. All right, and the last person is someone named Sanatori.
Yeah, good guy.
Hey, Sanatori! So, Sanatori, I'm imagining, is a happy little samurai boy. I talked to him. He's a little samurai son. He's in Japan. He's having a good time, skipping around Japan.
Are you kidding?
heading-
Wait, hold on. Before you continue, are you kidding?
What?
Is he from Japan? Are you just like...
I don't know.
Are you just opening up an avenue for racist jokes?
I'm not
I mean, you
opening
started
up.
it,
No, I'm
Tom.
not.
Ah,
You're talking about my
started-
Norse heritage, Cody. What the fuck?
No, Tom started it with Sanatori.
me? I said that?
You said that, didn't you? Did I miss that?
no,
Or
that was
was
Travis.
Travis doing a very good
This
Tom
was me,
impression?
Sanatori. All right, Sanatori.
All right.
So Sanatori, he's a happy little samurai boy. He's skipping around Japan. He's beheading peasants as he goes. He's having a
samurai
good
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's like, "Yo, I lost my job because guns. Because like samurais,
yeah, that's a-
samurais can't have Uzis. There's no honor in that shit.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a different amendment for Japan. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
So
second.
looking to restore his warrior honor, he decides to take up the most noblest of professions, sanitation work.
Sanatory sensation. Okay.
Thus his
get
name.
Feeling it.
So his first day on the job, he's sent to the Japanese the Japanese tentacle dildo plant.
Very popular,
So
I've heard.
yeah, he's there. He's scooping out loads of used dildos into his truck because in Japan they have dildos have that like dildo deposit, kind of like cans. You know,
Oh, yeah?
you buy
like
a
a-
dildo. There's like 10 yen deposit on it.
Got you.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of these used tentacle dildos, and he's scooping it into the truck. This is a great, honorable job.
Sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll buy it. Yeah, why not?
Little did he know that these dildos were actually vibrators. And these were the first vibrators to ever be invented. So they didn't run on batteries, they ran on kerosene.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's a nightmare.
So he's got a pile of these goopy tentacles in the back of his garbage truck. He's all ready to drop them off at Dildosan, which is the landfill in Japan that's entirely made out of dildos.
Yeah.
He goes up. He's,
Tor-
in the most honorable way he can, he lights up a traditional Japanese Cuban cigar.
Traditional.
And yeah, he goes and flicks it out the window after he's done inhaling it in one inhale. Finishes the
Oh,
cigar.
one drag.
Boom! All the kerosene goes off. Floppy used tentacles dildos everywhere, and everyone's dead.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
Okay, including our boy Sanatori.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
he was.
Jesus Christ, that was a good one to end on, Travis. Thank you for that.
Everyone's dead. That's the end of everything.
so everyone's dead.
Goodbye.
What, is that a
Yep.
freebie?
Goodbye.
Even if you don't pay for this service, you get it because everyone's dead?
Yeah, you got.
I don't know who's listening.
Yeah,
to this
everyone
if
got killed in
everyone's
the
dead.
Great Kerosene Dildo Fire.
Oh, wow. Careful now.
That was Nagasaki, Travis.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in to Roast Mortem. If you want to get obituized, you know where to give us money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Premium. Bye.
All right.
Are you tired of not paying for your favorite product? Patreon.com/RoastMortemCast.
What's a Patreon, you say?
It's a website where fans can support their favorite content creators.
Sounds like a deal.
Deal.
This is only if you got the money.
We got koozies, we got custom obituaries, we got stickers, we have movie commentaries that you download and watch with said movie. It's like you have friends in the room.
What if I don't like history?
You're wrong.
You love history.
How much money can I give?
Anything will help. We like doing the show. We're going to do it anyway.
Mike's losing us money at every corner.
Roast Mortem Cast is here to help you take a load off that wallet.
It's all been arranged just for us to get your money.
I'm telling you that you need to give money to Roast Mortem Podcast so we can do it even better.
Are you tired of exploiting these four men?
Or you could even sponsor. You got a stupid-ass business? I'd love to talk about your business.
Point to point.
I'm too busy to read. Where can I find this podcast?
So call today at patreon.com/roastmortemcast. That's ROASTMORTEMCAST at patreon.com/roastmortemcast.
Yeah, if you want to buy me a beer, that's cool too, you know.